Hey, what's going on, guys? Good morning. We are gonna hit some Fabled Planes of Power content. We're gonna see what kind of a fat loot we can get. Been waiting for these lockouts to pop up, and we're gonna make our way there. Start with the Plane of Fire. We're gonna see which bosses we can beat up first. Been having a really good time on Mischief. I got my rogue some insane upgrades. Some really good upgrades. So later today, we're going to be back on Mischief. But this Fabled content is a limited time, so we got to hit it every week. Every week. Because once this loot is gone, it's gone for a year. Who knows what's going to change in a year. So, probably hear some different music in the background. Just got a playlist up on Spotify. And yeah, it's time to game. So let's make our way there. Slow run. For dramatic effect. You guys, I've just been having such a good time on Mischief. It's really hard to describe how good it feels to have like a good group of people to play with as well. So I know I've talked about it every video, and I'm going to keep talking about it, but if anybody does want to join in, you're more than welcome to join us. We're having a really good time. We're getting people are getting upgraded. They're getting leveled up. Everybody's trying to get to 65. We want to get a good group of people together and just have a really solid time. And everybody's really nice and supportive too. It's really cool. You can tell that everybody who's playing EverQuest right now, they're doing it because they love the game. And I think that's cool. That's really cool. So that more than anything, that's what we're all here for, right? All here to have a really solid time. And I think we're getting that. It's a really good time. So yeah. Oh hey, I didn't realize Magmaton was on us also. But yeah, like I said, people who want to hop in and join us, you're welcome to. We're going to start having some good times as far as like grouping. Once we get enough people, we're going to start branching into raiding. I've already kind of discussed it with a couple of the guys that I've made officers of the guild. Everybody seems into the idea of getting us all leveled up. And then once we get a good group of people together, we can start branching out and hitting some of the classic content. Once we get enough people, we can eventually go into, you know, the Valius content, the Luckland content. And then fingers are crossed, eventually we'll be able to do current endgame content. What's not to love about that, right? We're all just here for a good time, so... And I think we're hitting that feeling. Like, the last couple of times that I've been on, we've been going to, like, Bastion of Thunder and just beating up on enemies, grinding AAs. We just got another guildie and his alt to 65. Everyone, I feel like, for the most part, has been having a really good time. So... that's what we're all here for sure. On a side note, it's been really cool seeing like current level Gates of Discord stuff. Like I completely forgot that Split Paw was like the place to level. It's 65 on Gates of Discord, so we're probably going to try to hit some Split Paw soon. And that should be really fun too. Alright, we hit. Pyronus, Magmaton, Bagnoxious. I think we hit all the bosses here. Black Flame. it's good clicky. It's just not going to do us any good. I don't have any casters. So that's all those guys. Let's go hit Reparm. Not to keep pushing Mischief on everybody, but if you're looking for a good place to start an EverQuest again, Mischief is the place to be. Variant of E is also still really good, but you just have to bear in mind that it's very, very top-end heavy. There are tons of new people coming in and starting all the time, but it is still very top-end heavy. Most of the people that are playing the game are level 120. And you're going to see lots of people selling off items for ridiculous amounts. Man, it just blows my mind how tanky these guys are every time I fight them. I know it's my only second time fighting these guys, which we only have a couple weeks left of this stuff, but dude, these guys are tanky. I really wish they would add Fabled versions of more recent content. Because the whole point of Fabled items back in the day was to have just better versions. Oh hey, I didn't realize you were fighting me too. The whole point was just to have better versions of current equipment, so everyone was always super hyped to get like a, you know, Fabled Cloak of Flames, etc, etc. It's been really satisfying also getting my Mischief Rogue leveled up. Oh nice, another one of these. My Mischief Rogue, now that I'm kind of like coming into my own and getting, you know, a whole bunch more AAs. I think yesterday I hit like 60 something AAs. That's been a really good time. Because rogues feel so handicapped, in my opinion, until you get really good weapons and then also really good gear. So it's nice to kind of finally see I'm getting like extra double attacks, I'm striking through, I'm getting critical hits. I feel more like an actual damage class as opposed to somebody who's just holding like a needle stabbing an enemy from behind. And here for the big time. Okay, let's just pull it all. Assuming we don't get summoned at some point. It's usually what ends up happening. Run to me. There we go. Here comes the train. There we go. It's not Plane of Fire unless you have a train. So many casters. Those guys always stack up and then lag behind. That is some classic EverQuest AI for you. Every time. And there's always one of these dudes just chilling back here. Literally all the other enemies got the memo, except for these dudes. And this dude didn't even attack me. So we're missing something somewhere. Seriously? One tiny dinky little enemy over here. Alright. Now we're getting some more Fabled enemies here. Let's go for a big, chunky backstab up here. It has been really, really cool also on the Variant of E server, since I have a couple of different accounts set up here. my little trio of danger group that I have, my Berserker, Shadow Knight, and Rogue. It has been really cool on those guys since I got the Shadow Knight and the Berserker, both a Fabled Blade of War recently. Oh, we're blinded. It's been really cool getting that group geared up with all this Fabled content. I wanted to get them all to 75 so we can slap all this Fabled stuff on them and just see how much damage they're able to do. And I think they're going to be ready to take on some planar god raids soon. So they're going to be able to bring their mercenaries into like the plane of fire, plane of water, plane of earth, because those are technically considered non-instanced raid zones. We will have instanced raid versions of those raid zones, but since they're non-instanced, I'll be able to summon my mercenaries there, which means that we're going to have a full group. We'll have our tank, 4 DPS, and 1 healer. And I'm really curious to see how good we're going to be able to do. A group of level 75s in the plane of power content, I think we're just going to destroy some bosses. I mean, some of it might actually be a little bit more difficult than what you're seeing me do here. Even though these guys take a while to kill, they're pretty much never hitting me with anything. Like, never landing a single hit on me. They'll get occasional spells on me, like blinding me. But even like the Fabled Quarm, whenever I was fighting him, he's the top dog. Even fighting him, he didn't hit me with anything physically. So much loot. That's a good problem to have. Fabled, ooh. Okay, yeah, I forgot that they all pretty much drop the same thing. Oh, there we go. That's a different one. Okay, that should be it for those. All these cleric, druid, shaman healing rings. It's not doing me any good. There we go. Just had to throw on all the different disciplines. So I think in general, I think all these guys have around 10 to 14 million hit points. And I don't have a DPS parser active, but that lets me know how much damage I'm putting out. So we're doing in the vicinity of like 10 to 14 million damage in just the span of 30 to 45 seconds. Which I'm pretty happy with. Fabled Core to the Pie. Okay, alright, we'll take that. Another one of those. So many Fabled items. Yeah, I just need to take some people through here. See who wants to get some extra some extra loot. There we go. Follow me. I don't want you to die on top of where Finn and Roe is. See, that's not bad. We're almost 20 minutes in. We've got basically all these dudes dead. All the Fabled enemies that we can kill here. Fabled Flame Idol of Ro. I always thought it was weird. All these gods and their big weapons that they have, they never actually dropped those weapons. Like Finn and Roe, it drops a Fabled, or he will drop like the Iffier Dagger of Fire. It's a tiny little dagger. Ralosek will drop the giant axe, but he only he has the giant axe, but he only drops the giant sword. I always thought it'd been way more entertaining if they actually dropped the weapons that they're holding. That's just me. It's done. It's done. What did we get? What did we get? Probably the same stuff we got last time, but that's okay. Fabled. Okay, let's see here. Great Mask of Flame. Ooh. Damn, look at that dexterity. That'll be really good for the rogue. It's always cool that they drop like all their regular items plus their Fabled items. I will take that. That's actually a pretty good haul. I'm happy about that. Trying to get as many 675 and 700 HP Fabled items for the Trio of Danger. I'm trying to get as many items for them as possible, because a lot of these guys, the Fabled stuff they drop is like anywhere from 400 to 500 hit points, and that's obviously not the best that it can be. So if we can get the best, I'd be happy with that. Like this. Ooh, Fabled Jagged Time Forge Blade. So good. So good. Alright. Let's skedaddle on out of here. And that is the Plane of Fire. Let's get this little debuff removed. Okay, so that was the Plane of Fire. Do we want to just go straight for... Ooh, yeah, I want to hit Plane of Earth B for sure, because they can drop that really sick two-handed slash weapon. The Sword of the Primordial. And I am not going to go through all the madness that was Plane of Earth A again. I know when I uploaded that video last week that a huge chunk of that video I cut out, so you guys don't have to like see all the madness that I went through to get those guys to spawn. But Plane of Earth A took me like an hour to get those guys to spawn. A huge chunk of it also was me trying to spawn the Fabled Prismatic Basilisk, which is funny because he spawns with like a weird name. He says Fabled A Prismatic Basilisk. Like you can tell they didn't QA that at all. But I spent a huge chunk of that time trying to get that stupid Prismatic Basilisk to spawn, because he drops the Ranger Whip that's like damage 49, delay 20 or something like that. It summons a Fabled pet with the Ranger as well. So that is going to be amazing to use. My next group of people that I level up is probably going to be like a Ranger, either a Monk or a Beast Lord. And then I'll probably end up doing another tank of some kind. I kind of want to do a Warrior, but I had my Warrior as a part of my first Trio of Danger, and they're so boring in the earlier classes. Warriors don't really get additional buttons to push until like level 75, level 80. They're just not that entertaining to play. They're even less entertaining than Berserkers or Rogues, whenever all we have to do are like Frenzy and Backstab. Let's see if we can get another Fabled Basilisk to spawn for us, though. I'm curious, because getting another one of those weapons to spawn would be kind of cool. But, yeah, back to what I was saying. My next group that I level is probably going to be a Ranger and like a Monk or a Beast Lord. Probably a monk. In reality, I have more fun with monks than I do the others. And I kind of want to do a bard, honestly. I think it'd be kind of cool if we did a bard, because I know zero about bards, and I think that'd be kind of fun. I always get all these really good bard weapons to like pop up and drop, but I never really do anything with them. So yeah, maybe we'll do a bard. We are going to have one of the biggest trains I think I've ever had here soon, just because I'm just trying to get this fabled needleskin basilisk, or fabled prismatic basilisk to pop up. Are these things just like not following me? That's a shame. Okay, so some are following me and some are just like running off in a random direction. That's a lot of enemies. Alright, what else you got? Because the Fabled dude is supposed to be kind of massive, so... Oh, these dudes are actually up too. Wow. So somebody's was trying to do this event recently. Why am I not hitting anything? What's going on here? What is happening? What in the world just happened there? I think that event just like de-popped on me in the middle of it. Okay then. Okay, so it's obvious we're not going to get our Fabled dude here, so let's just go on. Where's your boss, dude? Give me your boss. Now, the hardest part about having all these illusions is always deciding which one I actually want to use. I think it's fitting that we're here. Let's use our... Oh, really? Getting summoned by the first enemy. That's super exciting. Alright. Let's see if we can get a bigger train going here. Did we get him? Alright, I think we got them all. I think that was it. We should be good. Alright. So I've been kind of lurking in some streams lately on Twitch. Just kind of following through and seeing what streamers have been playing EverQuest lately. There's a whole lot of new names in there that I don't think I've ever seen before, which is really encouraging. It's because it's usually either people who've never played the game before and they're giving it a try for the first time, or they played the game before and they've just never streamed before. And it's really cool to see actually like some new people in there. See some fresh faces in the EverQuest content area. Because most of the dudes that I'm used to seeing playing EverQuest, like they've been doing it like a godzillion years. And a lot of people who are just like hardcore, dire P99 fans. And I've got nothing against Project 1999. Excuse me, I've got nothing against Project 1999 or P99. I've got nothing against it whatsoever. It's just that at least we get Fabled content. I'll go to new zones and stuff like that. We have at least, 10 times the amount of zones that we can go to. It's just kind of nuts to see like the same Valius zones over and over again, and like how do you not lose your mind? Oh, I remember this. This motherfucker hit me with this last week. And it's just a major slow. That's a lot of stuff. Wow. Of course, none of those do me any good. Damn it. Okay. Let's just do this. We're going to teleport out and get that removed from us because my healer didn't do it last week. What are we... There we go. We're getting rid of that. Like we're getting rid of something here so I can put my Visage of the Stone Grabber on the hot bar. I'm going to have to make a third hot bar soon. A third and or a fourth. Running out of space for all of our illusions. It's a hell of a problem to have. Alright. Here comes our boys. I'm kind of surprised that the Wraith Councilmen themselves aren't fabled. They're just going to appear on top of me here in a second. Classic. No, don't be like that. Oh, you got a big old aggro range. Let's go. We're ready. Full maximum DPS. Everything burning. Oh, did this fucker slow me too? He sure did. Well, so much for that maximum DPS. I'm so happy with the Fabled content and the Agents of Change that I've been able to see this content in person, finally. Before Agents of Change, it was basically impossible to ever see these guys up. Like, unless I went to the test server where there was Agents of Change, but otherwise, these guys were just never up. It was the most frustrating experience because people would farm it. Oh, nice. Very, very, very nice. Look at that. One of the best weapons that we can get at level 75. It is so damn good. And we got 2 of them. What else did we get? Essence, Earth and Bile, Fabled Earth and Bile. Okay, so thankfully we got a little mercenary, our little banker that we can summon. Look at that. We have so many good items now. I'm really happy. That is awesome. The fact that we got not just 1, but we got 2 of them. It's got a little bit higher of a delay for a sword. Really, really good. Really good. And it's got the runic on it, like almost every other single weapon at this time seemed to have a runic or a rune pop on it. But it looks really cool. Got a really good graphic. It's got insane stats. Look at that disease resistance as well. Really high attack, mana regeneration, health regeneration. That's awesome. Alright, and as you guys can see, we're in Bastion of Thunder right now. I decided why not go through here and see about hitting some of the not pad bosses, but some of the tower bosses, and then also Agnar. Because I have not done this content yet since the Fabled stuff dropped, so this should be really cool. Alright, so let's see. Let's check to see if any of the tower bosses are up. If I remember correctly, I think this one is the, I want to say the storm boss? Yeah, or wind boss, I should say. I bet this one is going to hit me with this stupid little stun that spins you like in circles. That should be fun. See if we just get spun in circles for 10 minutes or not. Because I think these bosses are actually Fabled. Yeah. Level 80. Oh. He didn't really have that many HP. Okay. I mean, Fabled, Black Blade of the Rain, Paladin Weapon. Oh, that's not Fabled, though. Okay. Well, okay then. That seems bugged. I could have sworn he had way more HP than that. Let's see what other items we can get here. I think this is the electric boss. No, this is the storm. The actual, like, rain boss. Go all the way around, I think. No, we went too far. Through here. I can still, for the most part, remember how to navigate these spots. And the fact that I have a group that's planning on coming through here, I think this might just be a little bit out of our range. I forgot how smushed these corridors were. We'll have 2 or 3 Kriggers at a time that we'll be fighting, and that's kind of painful. And if not the Kriggers, then the casters. Fabled, Eindred, Ice Storm. Okay, another one. These dudes have to have more HP than that. We're hitting for just barely over 300,000, and those dudes are dying. There's no way. Mantle of the Rainmaker. Ooh, those are not good stats. I guess this stuff for the most part is 65 to 70, so that kind of makes sense. I don't know why I was expecting, like, really high end. Because this is only a tier 3 zone. Agnar was, like, the first of the tier 3s, I think. I think it goes Agnar, Ralosek, and then Solro. Yeah. Agnar, Ralosek, Solro. Those, I think, are the tier 3 bosses, with Solro being the last one, and he's like the gatekeeper to Plan of Fire, which is like the first of the planar zones. These dudes, I think, are all like 63. Oh, hey, named. Rare creature. Here we go. Look at that. I can still navigate this pretty well after all this time. Alright. Brinju Thunderclap. Okay. Yeah, so all these dudes have, like, really low hit points. I wasn't even killing the dragons in Valius that easily. Fabled Glowing Orb of Stormwatcher. Okay. Alright, well, that was easy enough. Run on down here, and that just leaves our Earth dude over here. I remember my guild coming in here and dying a lot back in the day because this boss has his 3 little bug ads that are surrounding him. I don't think they're fabled, but they're enough of a pain in the ass that my guild had issues with them because our pullers were never really that good in the first place. Yeah, all those dudes have to have like some seriously bugged hit points. There's no way that they have that little amount of HP on purpose. Oh, Gargoyle Talon, I remember that. Nice. Wow, those stats are horrible though. Ooh, not good. Did he not even drop a fabled item? There's definitely something wrong, because he didn't even drop a fabled item. There's no way. What? Yeah, there's got to be some really weird issues going on right now with the fabled bosses, because most of those dudes died with just less than 300,000 or so damage done. And I think they only have that, like, when they're non-fabled. Hey, what the fuck? Why am I... Well, damn it. All the way out here. Any names? Ooh. As my group so eloquently put in Bastion of Thunder, that I am addicted to killing named enemies. So at one point I was going to log off for the night, and they convinced me to stay. Like, after I left the group, they were like, oh, Variety, come back. There's a named monster that spawned. Like, I was like already half asleep, and I ran back just so we can kill that named boss. It's like, yes, I get it. I am addicted. Okay, let me target the actual enemy, please. Alright. Next level. Transport. Like, that guy took more damage than the fabled bosses, and he's level 73. Oh, hey. No. No, you don't. I gotta get a good screenshot of you first. Ooh, that thunder sound. That is annoying, though. That is something that they never got right, is the sound of thunder in this game. It is not a good sound. Bing, bang, boom. Where's the loot? Where's the fat loot? Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's also pretty good. That'll really help basically all three of my characters. My little banker. God, that thunder is so annoying. Look at that. No fabled items gone to waste either. Not bad. Not bad at all. We got the Bastion of Thunder, the fabled version Bastion of Thunder. We got Fabled Plane of Earth B, and we got Fabled Plane of Fire. I was considering keying myself up to do the fabled Zegony and Queen of Air, but she doesn't drop anything that I think is interesting enough to warrant that kind of work, because you have to go through, like, to even get that, you have to get the key to get into her area. You have to have done every single thing in Planes of Power. So like all the little nitpicky side quests and stuff I would have to go through and do, because she's technically like the final boss. Well, I guess not technically. The Plane of Earth B is the final boss for Plane of Time. But you have to even get her key, you have to do everything in Planes of Power. And that's annoying. I'm not going to go through in order and hail everything, because if we talk to this dude, it should tell us, or she should tell us, like, what all we're missing. Let's see here, guide your meditation. Yeah, it tells you everything that you're missing. Hard pass. Hard pass. Because some things you can do them, but it's not going to count unless it's been done in like some semblance of an order. And that's annoying. Too much work for me. Okay, so our bags are getting pretty full with stuff. So I'm going to say, I think this might be... No, I did not target the thing way over there behind me. Game, thank you. I think that's going to be it for now, folks. So, I will see you in the next one. Probably with a Mischief video. We'll see where it goes from here.